You seen the title. Today I'm gonna be talking about how I financed my first car at 19 with no co-signer. And not only that, I'm gonna run through my experience doing it, as well as I'm gonna teach all you guys how you can do it as well, and also learn from me and, you know, anything I could have done better. Before we get started into the video, let me just say, bro, I'm by no means trying to promote financing a vehicle. I know it depends on your situation if it's best for you. There's other ways to get a vehicle. You know, you could buy outright in cash, lease a vehicle, or you could do what I did and what I'm gonna speak on today, which is financing. It's just, if you're gonna finance a vehicle, listen to what I'm saying, bro, because I'm gonna break it down, teach you guys the right way to do it. And not only am I gonna teach you guys how to get approved, bro, I'm gonna teach you how to pay this shit off as soon as possible, because we want to get this car paid off. And realistically, bro, less than 2 years, but as soon as possible. Vehicle, bro, first thing you need to do, and the first thing I did, is make sure your job is stable, make sure you're getting enough hours, you're working enough. And a plus, bro, is working overtime. If you're working overtime, that's gonna help you even more, because we need to save up for a down payment, bro. A down payment is key when you're financing a vehicle, because that's less money you got to finance. That's less money you got to get from the banks, because you're putting a down payment. Realistically, you want to save up as much as you can for a down payment. Me, in my situation, I'm going to put all my documents and stuff on the screen. I saved up $5,000. Honestly, bro, you should do no less than $5,000. Of course, it depends on how much your car is. We'll be smart about it. We're not going to go get a $30,000 car, but save up as much as you can for a down payment. Another thing, you got to budget. You got to sit down, like I said, before you even start looking for a vehicle, bro, you got to sit down and break down all your expenses. Do you have to pay rent? If so, how much is that? How much are you paying for food, phone bill, and all things like that? How much money of your paycheck is going to those things? You also need to make sure, you know, you're still saving money. You still need to have a backup savings account. You can't just throw all your money into the car. Now, don't get me wrong, you want to throw as much as you can into the car, but, bro, you still got to pay bills. You still got to make sure your life is together, bro. Another thing you also got to worry about when it comes to budgeting is, bro, you got to also budget in insurance, because you got to have full coverage insurance when financing a vehicle. You also got to consider that and put that into consideration. So once you sit down and you really run the numbers, understand, am I going to be able to afford a car? Because we're not looking to just make the minimum, bro. We want to pay this car off as soon as possible. That's what I'm trying to tell everyone on here, and that's what I'm doing as well. We want to pay this car off as soon as possible. So once we break down our expenses and we got a budget for ourselves, we're going to start building your credit. Now, see, if you're like me, or you're young, or you just don't have any credit, you can still get approved. Your interest rate is just going to be higher. Either way, we're going to pay the car off, but the interest isn't going to be as bad. But you want to avoid opening any new accounts or any new credit cards before you start looking, you know, for a loan. Make sure paying your cards off before you even go into a dealership, before you even apply for a loan. These are all things you need to do before you even start looking for a car. So these are all the first things I did and that you need to do first before you even start looking for a car or start looking at dealerships. Make sure your money's right. Make sure you broke down all your expenses into a budget so you know how much you can afford, and save up. And this is why it might take a little bit of time. You want to save up as much as you can for a good down payment, bro. Like I said, I feel like $5,000 minimum, but it depends on how much your car is. They say make sure your down payment is 20% of the car's value, but if we're trying to get it paid off as soon as possible, bro, try to save more than 20% for the down payment. Try to save $5,000, $6,000, $7,000. Start searching for a car. You want to get your own financing. This is something I can say I did not do. I tried getting my own financing through my own bank, and they denied me. But you want to try to get an auto loan through your own bank or through a credit union, because you will get the lowest interest rates through them. If you can't, because, bro, I was not able to get approved, bro. My bank would not approve me, but I had to do. They always say never finance with the dealership, which is true, but I had to do it. A higher interest rate. I'm gonna put mine on the screen. My interest rate that I got was 14%. And then I was able to negotiate it down to, it was like 11.9 or something. And then they sent me something in the mail like last week. They actually lowered my interest rate, which I'm not complaining, but it's pretty high. But like I said, bro, we gotta take something to the chin. I mean, we're young, or we don't got good credit, you know, so we gotta take it to the chin, but we're paying it off as soon as possible, so it's not that bad. You could learn from me. Is, like I said, first thing, bro, try to get your own financing through a credit union or a bank. If not, it's okay to finance with the dealership, at least for your first time. Another thing also, bro, you budget all your money down so you know how much is going to whatever bills you have, saving, how much money you have just to spend all that extra money that you have, bro, just put straight towards the car. Because the quicker you get your car paid off, the quicker you can start putting that money, you know, that car payment money, the quicker you can start putting that towards something else, like investing, or, bro, literally anything other than a car. Because the key thing when you're looking for a car is making sure it's reliable, making sure it's somewhat newer, of course, you know, lower miles. It all depends on the car that you're getting, you know, itself. All those factors, it really just depends on the type of car you're getting. But most importantly, other than it being affordable, make sure you like it, bro. Because if you're financing a car and you're taking out a loan, bro, at least make sure you like the car. Because you could go get beater with a heater off Facebook Marketplace and you don't even gotta finance that, bro. So if you're gonna finance a car, bro, at least make sure you like it. Make sure it's reliable. Make sure you're getting somewhat of a good deal. And when it comes to the monthly payments, don't worry about how long you're paying them for. And what I mean by that is, don't worry about 72 months. Honestly, bro, try to get that monthly payment as low as possible. That's what I did, but not because that's all I can afford. I try to get my monthly payment as low as possible, which it's like $310. I got it as low as possible just for if there's ever a month in the future where I gotta put my money somewhere else. You know, for an emergency, bro, I know my monthly payment is super affordable. I'm not getting my monthly payment super low because that's all I'm gonna make. You know, I'm making a couple $1,000s on my car. I'm not gonna lie, like, I've had my car for a month. I've already paid off $1,000 on it, but I want my monthly payment to be as low as possible, just in case, you know, just in case something would ever go wrong and I have to put money somewhere else. I know, okay, bro, I can just make the minimum payment on my car for a month, you know. But that's not the goal, but that's just being safe, right? So I'm just hoping you guys can learn from, you know, me. Like I stated before, bro, try to finance with your own bank, save up even more for a down payment, and just, bro, get this car paid off as soon as possible. That's the key thing. But yeah, bro, all in all, this is the breakdown of financing your first car. Just follow these steps, you're gonna be golden. Just make sure, you know, you're working enough, make sure your money's going where it gotta go, put all the extra money towards the car, get it paid off as soon as possible. And then in the future, your rates are going to be way better. You know, you're going to have way more flexibility when it comes to financing in the future, or whatever you're doing in the future, because you're going to have a paid off car. And you did it when you were young, bro. And yourself a car we financed, paid it off ourselves, no co-signer. We're going to be set up for the future, bro. And that's an asset we have to our net worth, bro. If we ever have to sell it or trade it in, whatever the case may be, bro. I don't know how I'm going to edit this video. I'm kind of all over the place. But I've just been waiting to do this. I've had my car for a month now. Not even. I got my car on Black Friday. It hasn't even been a month yet. But I'm just so excited to just get this video out and just share it, you know, with everyone that, bro, you can finance a car. I did it. You could do it. And not only that, you could do it even better. And then it's another thing I'll say, bro. And this is kind of just like a life lesson. But you see everyone with a nice car, bro. That don't mean it's all peaches and cream. You know, they might be financing, they might be in debt, they might be behind payments. That's why you just gotta focus on what you got going, bro. Don't worry about what anyone else got going on, because, you know, behind closed doors, we don't know how it really is. You get what I'm saying? So just focus on yourself. But other than that, bro, I hope you all enjoyed the video. I'm about to go. It's snowing outside. You guys can't even see, bro. But quick little video. Hope y'all enjoy, bro. It's been a mission successful.